All right, here's a quick video rundown of the National Federation of High School Basketball rules, changes, points of emphasis for 2019-2020. 2019-20 NFHS basketball rules changes. The first one has something to do with uniforms. It is for uniform manufacturers and administrators, has no bearing at all on the rules for this year. We're going to disregard that. A headband is any item that goes around the entire head. We know that. Must be circular in design without extensions. The rule change this year is to now allow a 3-inch wide headband that many players want to wear. The old restriction was 2 inches. The new restriction is no more than 3 inches wide. Obviously, it must be a self-contained unit with no ties or extensions. Definition of a headband, anything that goes around the head. Nothing has changed. Headbands and hair control devices are separate items, of course, that's true. Nothing has changed. And hair control devices not required to meet color restrictions. Nothing has changed. Clarification of hair control device, nothing new. Okay, super important. Rule 355, a new note. Last year, there was a point of emphasis about uniforms being worn properly. There was obvious miscommunication about what we intended, and rolling of the shorts is legal. Understand that. Rolling of the shorts is legal. Understand, though, that there are logo restrictions. So if we have one roll of the waistband and it exposes 7 logos for Under Armour, that's not good. So roll it twice, that problem goes away. That's it. Simple. Rolling shorts is now legal. Logo's not visible, drawstring does not present a safety hazard, and the anatomy is sufficiently covered. Thank you, NFHS. Rolling of the knee end of the shorts up into the compression shorts underwear is prohibited. Manufacturer did not intend the shorts to be worn that way, so no tucked shorts into compression shorts. Mouth guard has a new definition. Recommended that it's properly fitted. State associations may deem a tooth and mouth protector required equipment. This does not impact us in any way. Okay, Rule 1055, note important. The head coach and any number of assistant coaches may enter the court in a situation where a fight may break out or has broken out to prevent the situation from escalating. Adults leaving the bench, good, as long as they are getting their players and not the head coach and any number of assistant coaches may enter the court in a situation where a fight may break out or has broken out. We want as many adults to aid in the situation as possible, right? If we can get assistant coaches pulling their players back towards the bench, this is phenomenal. So there's no longer a technical foul for that personnel leaving the bench. And this applies only to a head coach and number of assistant coaches. But our fundamental takeaway is adults assisting in breaking up any tense situation on the court where a fight has broken out or even may break out. 2 players square up, right? If we can get adults on the court to help prevent the situation from escalating, that's a good thing. Okay, super minor change to mechanics. Instead of blowing a whistle in a held ball situation and immediately signaling held ball, now the correct mechanic is to first give a stop clock signal and then indicate held ball. It allows us to avoid double whistle scenarios where the officials have something different. So it's basically just to slow down the officials from signaling so that they can get the play right. There are no rules changes regarding backcourt rules. It's just simply a clarification that a ball with front court status that's deflected by a defensive player, which causes the ball to go to the backcourt, may be recovered by either team, unless the offense was the last to touch the ball before it went into the backcourt. So, defensive player bats the ball into the backcourt, offensive player collects the ball, legal. Defensive player bats the ball off the offensive player's knee with front court status, goes into the backcourt, offensive player picks up the ball, illegal. Here's some examples, A, B, and C. You can pause this video to look at them. But again, there are no rules changes regarding backcourt. Points of emphasis for 2019. Headband and hair control devices. Okay, so there's no real rules changes other than headbands are now allowed to be up to 3 inches wide instead of 2 inches wide. This point of emphasis is, again, emphasizing that headbands, which are part of the package, right, have color restrictions. The package being headbands, arm sleeves, wristbands, leg sleeves, knee sleeves, all part of the package, all have to be the same color, black, white, beige, or the predominant color of the jersey. Hair control devices have no color restrictions. Bobby pins, beads, barrettes made of hard substances are not permitted to be used for player safety. Clear example, headband goes around the head, hair control device goes around hair. Straightforward, no changes. Just a clarification. Medical bracement. It's the coach's role to know what the rules, allowances, and restrictions are and to ensure players are properly informed. If we have a medical bracelet situation, the bracelet needs to be taped. That's a restriction. That's not anything new. Point of emphasis is trying to push the responsibility to the head coach to know how to handle a player with a medical bracelet situation. Medical bracelets legal, must be taped. Silicone bracelets, like the kids like to wear, that provide medical information like their metal counterparts may be worn so long as the bracelet is taped down to the wrist. By rule, the medical bracelet must be taped. Point of emphasis for 2019, throw-in violations. There are no rules changes regarding throw-in violations. I guess NFHS says we've had too many issues where officials don't adjudicate properly. So we need to know when a throw-in begins. We need to know when a throw-in ends. We need to know a designated spot, what it is, that there's no traveling and there's no pivot foot restrictions. This is obviously basic stuff. What the violations are during a throw-in. Proper mechanics on violations. After ruling and signaling a violation, team control foul, player control foul, held ball, or timeout, it is vital that the ruling official at the site of the ruling indicate the designated throw-in spot, where it sounds as though we have a situation where too many officials are not designating the spot. Somebody calls a travel, it's near the corner, they don't indicate sideline or end line. This is just basic year one stuff. Designate your spot during throw-ins. Okay, sportsmanship is a point of emphasis this year, is expected from all players, coaches, and fans, obviously. Utilize your site administrators to handle fan sportsmanship issues, obviously. A great habit to develop even when you're working lower level games is to find out who the administrative representative is prior to the game. Greet them and ask them if they will be in attendance, where you can find them if there's any issues that come up that need their assistance. At a sub-varsity level, it may be the coach. They are the lead administrator for the school in the absence of somebody else. Emphasis that should a fan need to be removed during the contest, the administrators are the one who need to make that happen. We say to them, hey, that person in the stands needs to go before we're going to continue. It's not our role to have direct conflict with fans or to administer their removal from the venue. We're using the administrative procedure of warning a coach and using that as a tool in our tool belt to help us manage the game more effectively. We can warn coaches prior to any technical foul being issued, but it's not necessary. If behavior warrants it, a warning is not necessary. We can assess a direct technical on the head coach. Understand also that part of this is a theatrical production. I had a playoff game last year. Coach, you've been warned. Turn to my partners. The head coach for White has been warned. I go to the table and announce, recorded in the book, head coach for White has been warned, right? This is all a bit of theater, but it's beneficial for game administration. Don't just say, "Coach, you've been warned." Don't inform your partner. Don't inform the table. Let's go through the process, like all warnings. Go through the process and use this as an effective tool. Okay, there we have it. Quick and easy. No real rules changes. Just the allowance of a headband has gone from 2 inches to 3 inches. There are points of emphasis that we've gone over, and we're poised and ready to have a great season. Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I do have a lofty goal this year of getting to 10,000 subscribers. But to do that, I'm going to need your help. If you find value in these videos, share it with fellow officials, share it with your local association, share them on your Facebook page so I can get connected to more officials. We can get everybody on the same page and getting better together. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video.